Hello, this station has been requisitioned by the state. From now on, Brett will only be reviewing things that the state approves, such as borscht, vodka, and other glorious Russian products. We will resume now. Whew. Hello folks, it is hot under there. Didn't mean to scare you. This channel is completely fine. Just wanted to show off my brand new ski mask. This episode is going to be a little bit different. There's not one particular thing I'm going to review today. Instead, I'm just going to talk about a medley. There's three things on my mind. One, I want to talk about ski masks and baklavas. Two, I want to talk about a couple new pairs of shoes I got. And three, I want to talk about a new restaurant I went to here in Richmond called Lolitas. So, without further ado, we begin. Let's talk about ski masks and baklavas. Now, this is a growing trend. You may be seeing this online. Kanye has been wearing his masks a lot lately, and it's not just COVID related, it is fashion related. Every so often in rap and hip hop, ski masks pop up as a fashion statement. Most recently, before this latest iteration, you saw this with Tyler the Creator and Odd Future. Now it is popping back up again with Kanye West and Balenciaga, and all these high fashion brands are getting in on it. I can kind of say that the genesis of this latest ski mask revival is from the fashion designer, now pardon my language, but this is his name, Ass Pizza. Now, Ass Pizza made a jack-o'-lantern face mask. That was very, very popular. I did technically buy one 3 years ago. I bought one of his mystery boxes for $300. It's been 3 years and I have yet to receive it, but I'm sure he's taking his time and personally making sure it's the best quality it can possibly be. A little disappointed I never got that, but next best thing was I went to Target and I got a couple of these knitted baklava / face masks. I just think it's going to be a slight little trend here, and I don't know, I just enjoy fashion. I just enjoy it because it makes me look like my grandma knitted it for me, like I'm a bank robber with a very supportive grandmother. Like, oh, you're off to rob some banks, dear? I knitted you a new mask. Please remember to wear one so they don't find you. Just something fun. I have found that wearing a ski mask just around is very different than wearing like a COVID mask. Because if you wear a COVID mask, you can still see the same amount of me wearing a mask and a baseball cap versus this. But a mask and a baseball cap, people go like, oh yeah, you're helping the community or whatever. With this, people don't like a ski mask. They really don't. So I don't know how often I'll be wearing this. They really give you, I mean, you look like you're just walking around burglarizing. I assure you, if you see me around with this, I'm not burglarizing you. I'm just looking really good. Moving on to the next thing. Woo! I got 3 relatively new pairs of shoes. I did get them quite a while ago, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to say about them since there's no really overarching line between them. This right here is a pair of 1994 Air Force One highs. I got these from the Instagram guy, Gusto Ninja. He's a Japanese reseller and collector. Great stuff. I got a pair of original 1992 Jordan 7s. Supposedly these have been sole swapped so you can wear them. I'm a little bit dubious on that claim, but still from 1992, pretty cool to me. And then I got a mystery pair. This is a pair of Nike Air Max Rivals. Supposedly this is from like the earliest of the Dornbacher campaigns. That's the charity campaign that Nike does, where they allow a couple of terminally ill kids to design some of their shoes. Supposedly this is from one of their earliest collections. I have found no evidence of these shoes existing. So these could just be some crazy interesting fakes, or it could just be a very, very rare pair of sneakers that I happened into on eBay for not much. So which ones are we going to start on? We start on these. 1994 Air Forces. Now, the purveying joke online for black Air Force Ones is that's the shoe of choice for the common criminal. It's the shoe that you're going to wear for breaking and entry. These are vintage breaking and entry shoes. I guess this is for the distinguished criminal. The leather on these is just incredible. And the way that Nike used to build their shoes, I'd say even before 2004, I mean, the difference in quality is quite tremendous. This is a pair of shoes that's almost 30 years old. The leather has still held up very well. The glue holding on the sole has held up very well. Everything about these shoes is still almost immaculate. I've worn them once or twice. I don't want to wear them too much. Just because, I don't know, because I never wear any of my shoes. That's why I don't wear them. I really try to get to all of them, but I got too many. It's the first step of having a problem is admitting it. I don't understand that saying at all, but I admitted it. He admitted. Now I have to marry my mother-in-law's shoes. Anyways, it's a pair of shoes that I really like. I was very, very pleased with them. I think the overall point I wanted to make about this pair and this pair is that despite all these shoes gaining in popularity, as shoe prices have gotten crazier and crazier, one, with everybody just dumping money into their hobbies ever since the pandemic, and two, with all the supply chain stuff, prices have gotten wild again. But they've only gotten wild on the latest trends. You can get vintage pairs for, look, it's a lot of money. These were $300. I got these for a steal. These were $150. But that's nothing in the sneaker world. A pair of Travis Scott whatevers, $500, $600 minimum. For half that money, I got something truly unique. For even a quarter of that money, I got something uniquer. Well, maybe not as unique, but still. I highly encourage any aspiring sneakerhead, don't look towards the future, look towards the past. I'm hurting myself with this one too because I'm checking this on eBay as well, and I don't want to see my prices go up. But Nike 2002, 2003, 2004, Nike in the 90s. Look at those, especially Air Forces, because Air Forces and Jordan 1s, not these, made with a rubber sole, which means they'll never, ever break. Occasionally you'll see a pair disintegrate, but it's got like a 1% chance of that. Whereas these Jordans have an 100% chance of disintegrating because they use an EVA foam for the outsole that just eventually just evaporates into nothing, into dust, especially if you don't wear them. I've actually hit the point where a lot of the shoes that I bought when I was first starting in 2006 are starting to fall apart. Oh, it finally happened to me. I'm old. Anyways, on to the third pair. I know almost nothing about this pair other than there are flames on it, and I quite like that. I tried to buy the whole set of Nike Zoom Streak Spectrums, which eventually I'll do a review on. Supreme had done their big re-release of those and put flames on shoes, and for a hot second, no pun intended, there were just flames on shoes. That was just like a thing. A$AP Rocky was doing it, Converse was doing it. Nike did it for that brief moment, but then it kind of stopped. But Guy Fieri fashion will never die in my eyes, so get your flame shoes while you can. I don't know anything about them. I wish I did. Please comment below if you know. These are Nike Air Max Rival Flame Edition. And they have some sort of initials on them here. It's either a JS or an IS or a 7S or a 7.5. It's something. I really tried to do my own research on these, but not even a thing. So, I'm pretty happy. I found a pair of shoes that even stumped me. Comment below if you can unstump me. And that's it. That's it on the shoes. I got everything what I wanted to say out of the way. Oh, one more thing about these. Another top tip for vintage sneaker shopping. If you just eBay sole swap, there's a lot of folks out there who have attempted sole swaps, had sole swaps for customers, and the customer broke off the deal. So occasionally, not often, but occasionally, you'll find something in your size, something kind of rare. And I highly recommend checking it out. Because soul swapping yourself is quite expensive. First, you got to buy the donor shoe, and then if you're doing it yourself, it takes a lot of time and effort. If you aren't doing it yourself, if you're shipping it off to a service like Govern or something, 80 to 150 on top of the 100 to 150 you bought on the donor shoes. So just find them on eBay. Hopefully somebody already did the work for you. That's enough about shoes. Let's talk about Lolitas. And now I want to talk about Lolitas in Carytown, Richmond. Interesting name for a restaurant. I'm not entirely sure how I want to approach this because I want to say something positive about most of the places that I go, because most of the places that I go are run by people who live here in Richmond, and that restaurant was their dream, right? And they took out a loan, and they've been working their whole life, and they finally got a restaurant. And why did they do it? Because they love it. So, with that being said, I don't know what Lolitas is. Now, I know it's a restaurant, and I know that it's beautiful in there. The light fixtures are great. Their uniforms are very cool. It's a hip, swinging place. The walls are pink. It's got a very Miami vibe. Hardwood floors are beautiful. The furnishings are beautiful. It's a nice place to be. What is Lolitas in terms of food? I didn't understand it. Is Lolitas a tapas place? The server came out and explained that, the dishes are designed to share. And you order this and you give that to your friend, and let me try this. But it wasn't a tapas place. It didn't have tapas. There was maybe 4 or 5 small plates, and then the rest were tacos and salads. They had a starters menu, but 3 of the 4 things were shrimp. So if you didn't want shrimp, you can't get the shared plates. The pricing also didn't really make much sense. It was $12 for 2 tacos. Now, I went during the first week, and now I'm not going to speak on the quality of the food just because it could improve. I had their pork belly, it was very undercooked. But I also did have their vegetarian ceviche, which was very, very good. That was worthy of a place such as that. It had that sort of tapas feel. I had a mushroom tempura taco that was very good. $6 a taco. That's a lot of money. This is what I mean by I don't know what Lolitas is. Don't Look Back, On Su Boca, Soul Taco, TBT El Gallo. They all sell tacos within a $3 to $5 range. And they're good. It's hard to unseat the kings. That's where people go. So, if you're going to compete with them on tacos alone, especially if you're going to charge $2 more, you really got to bring it. Now, I'm sorry, Lolitas, but you didn't bring it. Okay, you're a hip, swinging young place. They only had a couple cocktails, and they're right next to Jasper's, which is a great cocktail bar which specializes in fancy cocktails. I don't know what Lolitas is, and I hope they figure it out. Because at their price point, I don't know who their customers are. They could have gone upmarket and gone for the Havana 59 crowd. Charged $30 or more for a big giant plate that everybody can kind of share off of. Or they could have truly gone tapas and gone with the all-you-can-eat tapas of Ambar up in Northern Virginia. But instead they went tacos, and they said they wanted to be authentic in their cuisine. I didn't really understand it. I don't think a vegetarian ceviche is particularly authentic to Mexican cuisine. That's not to say it wasn't good. They just seem to have this weird mix of street food and fancy, high-class dishes. I hope they figure it out, because it is an absolutely gorgeous place. And they should be very, very proud of what they did on the interior. This is a quick pivot that they could probably do. I appreciate that they want to have a small, pared-down menu with seasonal food items and fresh ingredients. But what are you going to serve at this price point? I hope they figure it out. They're between the best cocktail bar in Richmond and Jasper's, one of the best new taco places that I've been in TBT El Gallo. And they're pretty darn close to the Pit and the Peel in the Fan. That's a brand new rooftop bar. So who are they competing with? Who are they trying to capture with this? I hope they figure that out. And with that, it's the end of my brain dump. More concentrated content coming soon. I want to review some donuts. I want to finally review the fried chicken sandwiches. I want to showcase TBTL Gallo because it's so good. Oh, and here's a teaser. Is TBTL Gallo better than Soul Taco? I don't even know. I need to find out. Probably not, to be honest. Soul Taco is the best place I've ever been in my life. But with that being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.